I'm in go mode, go. Yeah, I'm in go mode, go mode.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a new episode of the OSA Out of Shape Allstars, episode 19, correct? We at 19 now? That's where we at?
19.
Now, how you say that in Spanish, Drew? How you say that in Spanish?
Man, 19.
19.
Wow. With the chest, Drew.
Yeah, he wasn't sure that time at St.
Go!
But again, welcome to the OSA, episode 19. Like always, brought to you by Culture Capsule, sponsored by Don's Inc. Well, Don's LLC now, making some shit happen. But again, we back, and as you can see, Johnny rapping, DQ rapping, I'm rapping. This is our Kobe Bean Bryant special edition episode, man. We paying respects, paying homage to the GOAT, one of the GOATs, one of the legends. Happy belated to the Bean. And so, because this episode is airing after his birthday, we just wanted to show our respect and, rap for Kobe for this episode. I got my yellow and gold, my purple and gold on. DQ got the old school joint. Johnny got the Christmas joints on the sleeve.
2013.
Sleeve jerseys and shit. But let's get into this episode like always. The squad is here all except for one. Unfortunately, our host, Eddie Horchata, got some personal things he's dealing with. So we're going to hold it down for him while he's not here. But he should be back next week because we got another dope episode for you guys next week, special episode as well. So, Eddie, handle your biz. We'll see you next week. All right, like always, I got the rest of the team here. We'll start it since I usually throw Eddie out there first. But since Eddie not here, I'm going to go to
David Ruffin.
My mama call me Devin, so you can call me Devin. I am the Molly of this episode. But let's go around. With the Christmas jersey on, give it up for Johnny 5. Rapping with got on the Nipsey blue, old school Lakers joint. Give it up for Jess DQ. Whoa. We got the homie Kev Jet in the building.
Yo.
And last but not least, the homie Andrew Durant. No dissing today, Drew. I couldn't think of nothing funny enough or witty enough to say about you, so Andrew Durant is last, but definitely not least. All right, so let's get into it in case you missed it. Now, we usually kick off the episode with Kobe and sports. Not much going on. There is a few things going on. As you know, we're getting closer and closer to the NFL season starting. We're all excited about that. One of our shit for me, my favorite season. But in regards to the COVID, there is a big chance that we're going to get bubble play for the NFL playoffs. So regular season seems to be, because they're in training camp right now. Regular seasons will be in their homes, but when we get to the playoffs, it will be in an isolated bubble scenario for all the teams. How they set it up, if it's going to be in Disney, because Disney seems like the best place to do everything. We don't know quite yet. But in regards to COVID, when it comes to the NFL, Johnny, throwing the first question to you. When it comes to this COVID situation, there has been minute episodes in the NFL when it comes to COVID because there's so many players and so many pieces involved. Do you think we can really get a full NFL season with this COVID pandemic?
I think so, for the single fact that, the NFL, out of all the sports, has, the most players. So it's I'm pretty sure, say 10, 15 players catch it, they might shut you down or whatnot. But you could, with the same 10, 15 players, you probably could call up, because there's always no practice. Right. So it's the roster for players is definitely going to be a lot. So I don't know what the limit will be. If say a certain amount catch it, staff-wise. They say 4 players catch it. They send them off to quarantine. They check everybody else. Everybody's good. Then you just get maybe you replace the players. You get some players.
Now, Now, how many? Because I know they're supposed to be extending the roster as well. How many players is currently on the team, NFL team?
As of right now, I think it's the original 50, 53, 55.
Right. So so they're supposed to be extending that due to just safety, not really safety precaution, but in case of an emergency, you get players down, position go down. They are adding a lot of people to practice squads. So they, again, for a lot of players that's on the brink of making teams, usually around this time, we're in training camp and everybody's trying to hustle to make the team. It's kind of becoming easier this season for them to make the team.
When I looked it up on Google real quick, they were saying they was going to extend the practice squad, add more players to the practice squad. So that way they'll have players on call, just in case it go bad. They'll have the players on call. I think they're going to stick with the record because 50-man roster is a lot.
That's a lot. Right. That's a lot of players.
Go with that, and it's just like if worse, comes to worse.
Yeah.
We'll grab somebody from the practice squad, quarantine our players, and when they're ready, they'll come back, and then we'll put practice players in shit. A practice player do what he got to do. He might fuck around and take somebody's job.
Right.
That's a fact.
And it's a lot. And it's a lot of players that's hungry for it. At least in football, there's a lot of players hungry to get the opportunity. So, that's what's going on in football. Anybody got any additional take to the bubble play when it comes to the NFL?
As far as the bubble play is dope. Saying that we make it there, I think we will definitely. But bigger than COVID being like an issue, like in the teams, what we've seen, especially over this last weekend, is false positives as far as it comes to the testing for COVID.
Yeah,
so that's kind of throwing people like for a loop, and if that happens during the season, that's a big problem. Even watching this previous episode of Hard Knocks, for those of our fans that just watch Hard Knocks, Rex Ryan's son, I think, is a positions coach for the Rams. I just watched that shit. I should remember, but he had a false positive. He had to miss a day of practice or 2 days until they confirmed that it was a false positive. So I mean, that's a big issue across all sports, but most recently, right now, football.
I mean, that's a big issue in regards to COVID. Period, not just sports.
How would they do the testing with the NFL?
I don't know how they're testing them. They're probably testing them every day. But I know with him, they wanted to go back because they had a spike in cases. So they wanted to go back, and with Rex Ryan's son, whatever positions coach that he is, they tested him 2-3 more days. They tested him 2 more days in a row or 2 more times, and those came back negative, which makes them I guess best out of 3.
So they're gonna test. You think they're testing the same day? Same day test as the games? They're doing the next.
Nah, I think with him they waited a day. Yeah. But either way, that's a problem. Whether they fucking up or the tests are fucking up.
I don't understand that, but I'm just saying, as the season goes, when the season starts and goes on, are they gonna test it right before the games? They're gonna test everybody.
I don't know.
Not to fuck up their money. Nah, they're not gonna test right before the games, bro. They're not gonna do that.
Yeah.
Nah,
2 days before, probably.
They might.
It's gonna be a lot.
They might do. They might temp. They might temp before the games, but I don't know about testing.
They're not testing before the game.
I said the NFL is not the NBA. The NBA did the everyday testing.
Right. I mean, even when they was discussing it at first, the NFL was against the everyday testing because of the large number of people and the amount of people that they would have to test.
Much bigger.
And the amount of people that might sit out that didn't have to sit out because of false positives.
So they might do a lot of temping, but not testing.
What I can see with the whole COVID thing of them adding extra players is it may give them a reason to expand the league in the future, possibly, because all extra players are in the league. I can probably see that happening.
Right. I mean,
I don't see that happening, but I hear what you're saying though.
They've always every so often add a team and shit like that. So I don't know if COVID will be the reason why they add a new team
Nah,
But,
we don't need 34
Nah,
teams,
yeah,
bro. Because
yeah.
they can't add it. They can't add one team. They gotta add two, bro.
Listen, the league be mad. You test the day before, right? And players go out.
Right.
They gotta do, cash that shit to $90 and just go play it, and boom.
Oh, and y'all see the NBA was kind of like the whole bubble play that's coined by is trademarked by the NBA. So
What's trademark now?
What?
bubble play.
Oh
So-
yeah, get that
Right.
bag.
So somebody from the NFL like used or that type of wording, and the NBA was coming at them like, "Yo, y'all can't use bubble. Y'all gotta come up with some type of another term for it."
And
Roger-
somebody was
Yo.
sitting in the room like, "Yo, is this nigga serious?"
Nah, and Roger Goodell was like, "We're not calling it the bubble. It's going to be
Isolated.
like a isolated, secure sporting space, but we're not coining belt board. We're not using because the NBA is like, next time we hear one of y'all motherfuckers or anybody from y'all organization say bubble,
Get that cash, man. Get that
we
cash.
coming,
Get that
we
cash.
coming at y'all." So I thought that was kind of petty and funny at the same time.
That's funny, though. That's funny.
NBA like, "Yo, stop using our shit. Come up with your own shit. Next time I hear it, we coming. We taxing." But
Yeah. It's like
also-
isolated balls.
but just speaking on COVID as well, going into the MLB, John, you just telling me the Mets and the Yankees was just postponed,
Yeah,
right?
the Subway Series is just postponed. They were supposed to play
Yeah.
this last weekend.
And it was due to somebody on the Mets, correct?
Mets player and the Mets staff member tested positive.
They
And it
caught
was-
that thing.
And it's postponed till when?
As of right now, it's rescheduled, but they were supposed to play this weekend, so somewhere down the line in a few weeks.
All right, we see COVID still fucking with baseball more than anybody. It seems like
It's about to be football, too.
football seasons. And again, I would hope watching everything. There's so many sports that took place over the last couple of months. Football would have took from everyone, and probably they should have the best system set up. You would think, because they've seen the trial and error. But whether they, we got these old white men in charge. They some hard headed bastards. So.
Oh, for real.
So they might not, take heed to what's going on. But that's pretty much everything going on in COVID sports. Next up, in case you missed it, I'm speaking about Geis Kelly, a.k.a. Darius Geis, former running back for the former team, the former Skins of Washington, now the Washington football
Former
team.
running back of the former team known as the
Right. Just a lot of formers going on with this situation. So, as you know, Mr. Geis was just in an issue with his what's his wife or his baby mother or what is she to him? His significant other.
His significant other, his
Right.
spouse.
Right. So he just got in domestic suit with his significant other. Now it's coming out that two young ladies from LSU, the college in which Mr. Geis played for, allegedly are claiming that Mr. Geis raped them while attending LSU. And on top of that, they went to professional staff and medical staff at the school, and it was pretty much like water under the bridge. It's alleged this happened. Now, Mr. Geis has come out to say this is false. The LSU also is saying that they don't have any information about these young ladies coming forward in regards to this happening. But with everything going on in the world today, Kev, what do you see for the future of Mr. Geis, man?
Yo, first of all, I just want to say I'm not chuckling because I don't think this is a chuckling matter at all. I'm chuckling because what the hell else do you expect LSU to say? LSU is like,
Right.
We didn't do nothing. Like, he hasn't been here for 2 years, like almost 3. Like, don't say our name, right? But at the end of the day, as far as he's concerned for the league, like, I think it's unfortunate. Perfect personal story for me. I met Ray Rice in Atlantic City once, and if anybody knows about Ray Rice's story,
Right.
the night that he assaulted his wife and dragged her out of an elevator, I met him. I bumped into not met him. I've kind of known him off and on, but I saw him in the club in Atlantic City, and then you see on the news the next morning, like
happened.
yo, what happened, right? We fast forward like a year or two. Next time I saw Ray, Johnny was with me and a few others that's not here right now. We bumped into Ray in White Plains, and it's like the fall from grace with something like this is like it happens like that, bro.
Right.
Like saw him, showed him some love, wish him the best in his life. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see guys get picked up by another team. And I also wouldn't be surprised if you do see another team scoop him up, but they're gonna let this play out for sure. So he's not playing this year, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, because
I say it'd be a few years before he. I don't know when, but he usually players when they get those types of situations, they get a second chance.
Yeah, Ray was already towards the back end of his career already.
No, the only thing I would say is what happened with Ray is he basically said like his team knew, like they knew, so it's like
oh yeah.
I was like fake backlash of like
he kind of threw them under the bus, right?
Right, and the only thing is, a lot of we've seen how players that's been in situations like this, and they come out and speak their sorries and things of that nature. But there's two cases within the same like time period. Yes, they didn't happen at the same time period, but it's just these two separate cases coming up with this kid, and it's like you just started your career, so.
And you haven't been consistent and been on the field.
Right, and
we don't got no reason to coming back for you.
Right, so it's like a lot of times people get these chances, but these players usually be showed improved players. Like they showed because again in the NFL, if you could play, they're gonna figure out a way to get you back out there. If you show that you can play, but with guys he's been injured, he ain't been in the league long, and he seemed to be a problematic player. DQ, do you see any team taking a chance with guys coming in the near future?
When it comes to rape allegations, absolutely not. Like something like that is extremely serious. It's rape allegations versus like domestic violence is a little bit different. But if you're
both, you got both.
You're accused of rape. It's extremely hard to at least like prove that you didn't do that because it's your word against theirs. No one was really there. Let's like with physical altercations, actually physical proof that you did something. But I can't really see the NFL taking a risk on a guy with this on his shoulders at the moment.
Yeah, and we're dealing with the court of public opinion. So unfortunately, this did happen a few years ago. So it would be hard for these young ladies to prove anything. But in the court of public opinion, once people typecast you as somebody, it's generally hard to shake that. So, and now that it's been proven that you are violent due to the situation that happened with your significant other, it's like, through the court of public opinion, who's to say this situation? Yeah, these two young ladies is lying. So it's like, unfortunately.
I'm going to say the only thing with the NFL, there's more openness. Been plenty of players that have had like domestic abuse allegations.
Right. Yeah.
And they
but just like
you know what I'm trying to say is, as long as he's not, I feel like he's not found guilty of anything.
Yeah.
He has a legitimate shot of being signed by another NFL.
Oh yeah, if they find him not guilty, definitely.
That's like he's in the beginning of his career.
Make him innocent of what's going on, but because they may not go to court, or it's like that. Charges may not be brought up.
Yeah, the only thing again, like I said before, we speak about other people who have had situations similar to this, but these have all been established players. Veteran players.
The only thing he has going against him is he hasn't done enough for a way that someone will be like, when this dies down, I'm gonna go get him.
Right.
He came into the league, got injured, and he got hurt again, and then this, and it's like,
Yeah, that's normally a death knell because you're not established. Like this is all happening like when you're trying to like build your name up. Like this
Right.
whole is going to come crashing down. Like they really don't have no reason. Let's just say if it's not guilty, like this whole stain on his record right now, like there's no reason to come back and actually because you haven't proven that you're a good player yet. Like
I mean,
there's
he
no
is,
reason
but he
to get
just
you.
injury prone.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
He's a good talent, but he's not proven.
Right.
He's a good talent, but he's not proven. He hasn't done much in NFL to say, oh, he's a good NFL player. He's a good talent.
Right.
And plus, you're in rape allegations. This is serious. This is serious.
Definitely.
Not,
Yeah, I just think it's a lot for a young player to be up against coming into the NFL. Again, he hasn't shown much because due to injury. He was already considered a problematic player coming out of college. And then now you enter the pros and you have these different issues, one coming up while you're a pro and then these past allegations coming up. And, you know, LSU, they, like Kev said, they like, look, we ain't got shit to do with that. That man ain't got no affiliation with us no more. We are for you ladies, and anything y'all need from us, we will support. But just
LSU sitting on the side like the friend not trying to get in the middle of they friend couple arguing like,
word.
And one of them be like, right, you was there,
right?
Be like,
nah, don't
like,
be in the middle of that.
Nah, I feel them, bro.
That's your problem.
So right now it's a ongoing investigation with the staff that was there during that time, medical staff, football staff that was there during that time. These young ladies are dropping names and giving information. And so with that information, they're going back to the staff at LSU to further investigate the situation. So I'm sure we'll hear more about that in a little bit, I guess. But guys, chill out, bro. But yeah, that's Kobe. That's Kobe in sports. Yeah, that's Kobe in sports.
Chill out.
That's Kobe in sports. But in case you missed it, we're discussing the MLB recap. Now, MLB still facing issues with COVID. Games being postponed. We got a lot of good moments going on in baseball. A lot of good teams. A lot of teams playing well. Kev, from last week, because we're recapping, what are some of the highlights for you in regards to baseball this past week?
I didn't watch a lot of baseball this past week only because my Yankees weren't playing.
Right.
But if I was being honest, one of the biggest things for me, not being biased, is the Rays have been playing out of their mind, bro.
Yeah.
And it's crazy to me because every other year, like anybody that knows the AL East, like, bro, is all over the place every other year as far as the other two teams aside from us in Boston. And Boston actually is up and down again on the roller coaster. But last year, the Orioles.
Boston playing bad.
Yo, last year was the Orioles.
They're going to be whacked for a few years.
And right now, Tampa Bay is like.
But they're like number 2 or 3 in the American, right?
Tampa?
Yeah.
They came out of nowhere.
Tampa might be number 1 right now.
They're leading the East. They're leading the AL East.
Oh, for sure, right now.
But I think the A's is ahead of them in the West.
Oh, the A's got a really good record.
Yeah. A's is up. They 20-9. Tampa is 19-11.
The other thing for me offhand that I know for sure is like surprising to me, but not entirely, is that not only is the Astros doing well, that's not a surprise to me, but the big surprise to me is that Altuve, the great Altuve, please don't rip my jersey off Altuve. Yo, his batting average is in the drain, bro. Gary Sanchez is batting better than him right now.
Because he ain't got nobody giving him signs no more.
Exactly. So,
the only thing I can say about baseball is the Yankees. The Yankees is a little banged up right now. We got a couple injuries you're dealing with.
Yeah, that's a surprise. Not really.
Players hurt. the pitcher, James Paxton, he said he blames it on the
The
rush.
shortened,
The
yeah.
short season. He said the players didn't really get enough time to really get like their bodies ready
Right.
for the season and stuff.
I mean, but
Zero sheets.
during the little lockout or thing, whatever that shit was going on, they wasn't getting baseball ready. Like they wasn't.
I mean,
Yeah,
everybody's getting baseball ready and staying baseball ready, but
Yeah, but remember, it was a little more limited in the beginning because it was
couldn't meet with certain people.
Right.
So it was very limited. Now you could do like the regular workouts and stuff, but like the increasing to do like more baseball activities is probably much limited. As now you could really go to the park and do whatever.
And the ramp up for a regular season is a solid month, and they didn't have that to get ready. They did not have that at all. Like, what they had, John, like a week and a half or something like that, basically.
Yeah, they gave him a little less than a month. Just like, oh, the season gonna start.
Yeah, they gave him like 2 weeks.
And it was like everything was opening up. This facility, that facility, a whole bunch.
Yeah, but even like in any sport, like if you know your season's still postponed, you should be in the gym, like working out. I'm sorry.
No, I understand. But you gotta understand. At that time, everything was shut down. So basically, you was working out at your own place.
Basically,
So for the star players, these dudes making millions of dollars. There's no reason to have like a home facility in the backyard.
No, basically what he is saying is what we were saying about basketball. Like, you can stay fit, but actually being sport fit is actually playing the sport, being able to like full contact, full game, in-game stuff. So like that,
you gotta get in that game.
So like,
there's procedures. There's procedures on getting game ready once people hit camp, and if you cut that like camp in half,
you can do like different simulations on your own, but until you in camp actually like full throttle type shit is really, there's no way to get ready for any sport unless you playing the fucking sport. That's just what it is. You can work out and do all that shit, but ain't no better practice or training than actually playing the fucking sport. Full contact, full whatever.
Everybody ain't AI. Everybody ain't Moss, bro. Like,
exactly. Just like ready, just naturally ready.
Yo, everybody ain't that, bro.
But DQ, speaking of baseball, any surprises or any highlights for you from last week of baseball?
The fact that the Mets are actually went 5-5 for the last 10 games, and technically are in second place in the division after being last. Besides that, like, I haven't really been pointing out too much, but like, this baseball season is like, extremely weird because you got the standings. A lot of teams have a certain record, but they're missing games. They're still ahead of that one particular team. You know, they have less wins. But like this, it's gonna be like the end of the season. I can see right now it's gonna be really, really interesting because a lot of some teams are already like plateauing. Some teams are coming up. Some teams are like it's so freaking insane.
Yeah.
Nah, when this Major League Baseball season pushes for the playoffs, I'm sorry to all our viewers. It's definitely gonna be a little bit of a shit show because there's extra teams going into the playoffs this year.
Right.
So. Like everybody was mad with football. Like we get in the extra 2 teams that go in, we get in below 500 teams that go in.
Right.
That might happen this year for the first time. And you could blame the MLB for trying to make money because we didn't need the extra teams to go into the playoffs. If you didn't make it, you didn't make it.
And that's crazy because a below 500 team can possibly take out a good team. Like,
that's a fact.
And but that's just.
It would though, like, if it was a series though, like, way like the naturally the best team will win though. It's a series though.
That's not naturally, bro.
I mean, like, but
ain't the series shortened this year as well?
The first rounds will be what are they, John? 1 game eliminations. The very first round.
If it's 1 game eliminations, then probably knocks you out.
In the second round, because we have 2 extra teams, I think the second round's a best of 3.
So it's like 3, 5, 7. That's how the whole thing's structured.
Yeah, and then it's gonna go into the regular thing. So like the time frame that playoffs usually happen is gonna happen in that same time frame. Right. But those first games are 1 game like elimination games, then it's either going straight to best of 5, or there's a round of best of 3, then best of 5 like it normally is, and then best of 7.
Yeah, so that can make for a really interesting playoffs, cause
them best of ones is going to be crazy as hell. Like just like you said before.
Well, the best of 1 games are definitely going to happen. That was happening already the last 2 years. The first round.
That shit.
You pulled it up, DQ? I was trying to find it.
Oh, no, I'm going to see what says 1968 Nolan Ryan rookie card. That's mint 10. It's sold for $500,000.
Oh, I mean, it was already happening, but again, you had the best players, the best teams doing it. And now it's like you got these mid-level trash-ass teams that will be a part of that, which will ultimately any fucking day, one of those teams could take out.
Word, because what it was the last 2 years, because they expanded it a little bit, was if you didn't earn a bye week, like the 3rd seed would play, like what, the 7th, John, or something like that?
Nah, I don't think it's going like that. I think it's going to be similar to how how the NBA is, but it's not as many games. The series is not going to be as deep.
So just elimination.
Mm-hmm. The top 16 teams.
Yeah.
8 from the AL and 8 from the NL.
That's a lot, bro. And it's normally 6.
Yeah.
So 12.
Usually that wild card game was always right. As of recently, I really hated that wild card rule, even though like the Mets technically always kind of go through those games. But that 1 game playoff to get in is so fucking insane to me. The team could have done way better during the season. That wild card game that they asked us, the entire playoff hopes over. That's freaking crazy.
Yo, first of all, I got something to say real quick, man.
Wow.
Cause DQ, bro, I just pulled up the NL East, bro. That division, I mean, a lot of these divisions are a little sorry, and there's only 60 games. But the Braves are winning 16-12, but everybody else is at 500 or under. That division is a little weak right now, bro. Like altogether. And some of the teams, like the Marlins, they still haven't made up games, bro. They're at 11-11. You got 16-12.
Right.
They haven't made up games, so I mean, I'm not saying I'm hating on the Mets, but I'm just saying, don't count your chips yet, bro.
Even like in AL East, like the Yankees are number 1 at 16-9, but the Rays are 19-11. Well, that's freaking crazy.
That's fine. We're 3. We haven't played 4 games, so we're 4 games back. But I'm just saying, man, don't count your chickens yet.
All right, man, we're going to see how baseball play out. We're moving on to the NBA recap now. NBA, it's been lit. A lot of good shit going on, a lot of good basketball. Like, thank you, NBA, for just putting together just great sports, man. Y'all really just doing y'all shit.
Thank y'all for the bubble, bro.
They created an atmosphere where competition is at its greatest at this point. I haven't seen that's what it's good in a minute.
NBA is just right, exactly. It hasn't been this competitive and this great of games, like 1-8, just like great games. But unfortunately, in the East,
I got a couple teams stepped up.
Broom City. It's Broom City in the East, man.
Definitely.
So in the East, it's just like everybody getting swept. So who all got swept in the East?
The Nets.
Right.
Indiana got swept. And
Philly and Brooklyn.
Right. And we got the 4-game sweeps, and then we got some gentleman sweeps happening. Orlando might be next on that gentleman sweep with that 5 and 1. I mean 4 and 1.
That's happening. That is definitely happening.
I'm gonna pose this question to you first, John. In the East, out of the sweep teams or the teams that won the sweep, who's the best team? So you got Toronto, Boston, who else? Miami. Right. So out of those teams, the broom carriers, who's the best team in the East to you right now?
Out of the sweep teams?
Don't say it. Don't say it, John.
I'm definitely going to side with the Celtics.
No.
Yeah.
He said it, bro.
3 teams that swept?
Yeah. Right.
I'll pick the Celtics.
Why you say Celtics?
I feel overall as a team,
Yeah.
I like Tatum. Gordon Hayward out, but I like Gordon Hayward. Jaylen Brown. Probably one of the first names I should have named Kemba.
Yeah.
That Boston team dangerous.
And Tatum been playing real good.
Kimba, we still love you, bro. You always from the Bronx, kid.
DQ, who's your best sweeper in the East?
Raptors. They're defending champs. So they were doing good before quad and doing great after quad, which is freaking amazing.
Yeah. And speaking of them, didn't Nick Nurse just win Coach of the Year?
Yeah.
Yes, he
Coach
did. He did. That's correct.
Nick Nurse, Coach of the Year. But going back to the Boston Sixers.
The Boston what?
Ben Simmons was there, man.
Boston and Sixers series.
Oh, okay.
So you got Joel Embiid, who's led the Sixers. Their coach recently being fired, Brett Brown being fired, which I knew that shit was gonna happen.
They're gonna blow the team up
This season. It looks as though they're gonna blow the team up. So DQ to you, the blow up look like it's happening. Who should the Sixers keep, Ben or Joel?
They go keep
both of them niggas is trash. Keep none of them. Trade all over. Do the process all over again for like 20 years.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, like that entire process was for nothing. All the
one of them will end up on the Knicks.
Man, I don't believe that. Like they're gonna keep both of them. I say you do the coaching, but they gonna keep that team for I say like one more year. Then I say like the next year they go realize they need to blow the team up.
It's their fault in the situation though. Remember, they drafted 3 centers 3 years in a row, traded 2 of them away, drafted another center, drafted a guard, traded him because he quote unquote couldn't shoot. Now he was shooting well in Orlando. Like this process was for nothing. Like
no. Actually, not. I don't say it's for nothing because Markelle Fultz really couldn't shoot. The fact that he
was
blew
lying, bro. Like he can shoot.
No, but the fact that he
want to play in Philly
is not Philly's fault. It's not Philly's fault that he's playing different in another team. Like look at all Knicks players, bro. You should be like Knicks players.
Where is he playing now?
He's in Orlando.
He's playing Orlando.
So I'm gonna finish Durant's thought for him. What Durant is trying to say is the bigger the city, some of the players can't handle it. So when they go to a city with not the same media coverage, et cetera,
Philly,
they're able to relax a little bit.
Philly is still technically a small market team, so it's Orlando has more shit to worry about than Philly. Disney World, Studios, all the nightclubs, strip clubs, like come on.
Right, but you think at that point he didn't find his way in when he was in Philly. Like they had to do something with it because at that point you can't just like have a player that's like not playing well and not do nothing with.
As a shooter, it is impossible to forget how to shoot. It's impossible to do that.
I mean, and look
not play basketball for 8 years. You will still know how to shoot. It was him probably not wanting to be in Philly in general.
I can't say that.
That shit fucked up his whole mental.
Yeah, I can't say that. The reason why he's doing it good in Orlando, you can't blame that on Philly. Like,
well, John, who do you think should be leaving, Joel or Ben, in regards to the Sixers blow up? Or should they do a blow up?
I say if they was to blow up, keep them both. And then see if you get a coach to make them gel and work.
Nah, but better yet, which one of them do you want to come to the Knicks?
If I don't have to keep one, I will keep Embiid.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, but like they had the perfect excuse. Like Ben Simmons was hurt this whole thing. Like Ben Simmons was hurt. He didn't play.
Washed. I'm sorry. Another player has great marketing. Like a 6'10" person who's going to get point guard but can't shoot. He just can't shoot. He just can't shoot. Like not every player. If you're in the NBA as an athlete, the one thing you know how to do is shoot.
Well, it's not that he can't shoot. He chooses not to shoot.
I guess.
That's like saying you play baseball. You don't know how to hit like that. like
I mean, not every player in the
that's
NBA knows how to shoot. I can't agree with that. I can't agree. Not
the
every
point of basketball to make points is to score. Yes, defense makes points sometimes, but if you don't know how to score, you shouldn't play professional sports in the first place.
You can.
Well, again, he can score. It's not he don't shoot the three. He shoot the 15-footer. He'll take it to the rack, but he won't shoot a three.
Exactly. Like you can't be my flaw. It's like I can't do a fucking 3-point shot. That's my flaw. It doesn't mean I don't know how to play basketball, my nigga. Like that is my fault. I can't shoot the three. Like the fuck. Like I know that's
You mad?
All right, so we're moving on from the Sixers and shit because y'all niggas be doing the most. All right. Now, another great series we got taking place is the Mavericks Clippers. Now, it seemed to be a lot more competitive than most people thought. Most people thought this would be like a sweep situation or a gentleman's sweep type of game. But Clippers didn't slept on the Mavericks. Mavericks came with their ticket and they playing good, and it's led by Luka Doncic or whatever the hell his last name is.
Luka Doncic, bro.
Now, before we get into that, it was Luka and Montreal just had a little situation and shit. Now, Montreal got fouled. Luka stepped over him, no dick in his face, and told him like, "Yo, what do you say? Stop flopping."
He said, "Stop flopping. Stop flopping, bro."
So,
that's all.
So Montreal got to call him a bitch ass white boy and shit.
No, Montreal did that after he got the end. He scored.
Right.
No, he first got up and said, "Watch who you talking to." That's what you first say when you first got up and shit.
So
that's what happened.
Now, a lot of people all throughout the league and throughout social media, and again, we deal with a lot of the course of public opinion. Everybody had an issue with Montreal, calling him a bitch-ass white boy, and saying, in these times, you got to be sensitive of what we say. And again, no crowd, so you can't just talk shit to people and people not hear it. Like, everything it's like everybody's wearing a mic right now. You know how they used to have certain players mic'd up? Everybody got a mic now and shit because they're in these silos, so everything gets heard. But a lot of people are asking for more of a punishment to come out from Montreal. Throwing this to you first, Kev. Montrez, he did apologize and shit. They dapped it up or whatever. But do you think the NBA should have issued a punishment for him calling Luka bitch-ass white boy?
I don't know.
I feel like maybe they should have, but with the state of the world right now, like for him calling him a bitch ass white boy, I think they just try to let it rock, and like they probably behind the scenes like told him like, yo, you better go out there and make good or whatever. Where right now, given the state of the world, if it was the other way around and he was like, yo, you a bitch ass black guy,
and that's what everybody was saying,
bro. So I think regardless, because we're asking for equality, not to be above or lesser, they should have penalized him somehow, some way, make him sit out half the game. Something should have happened, okay? Because we want equality. We don't want to be separate.
Before the start of the next game, Montrez went up to him and apologized for his, comment. Like
again, that's everybody did speak to Montrez. Doc Rivers talked to him, the NBA talked to him, but they're saying like a lot of people are trying to say that if the shoe was on the other foot, it would be a lot more penalties coming down in this situation. Yeah. So, and especially in the times like this, racism go both ways. And Montrez shouldn't be saying shit like that to anybody, whether he's black or not. Black people don't get a pass, even though we kind of do. But
we want to be equal, all right? Penalties across the board need to be given out, bro.
So
double standard.
It's true. It's double standard, bro. It's
double standard.
But John, do you feel as though a heavier punishment should have came down to Montrez?
I thought it should have been punished because obviously we know the roles were reversed and something along the lines said, but it was reversed.
How you go?
It would be a
How
more.
you go punch him, John?
You said
How
what?
how you go punch him, John? By suspending him 1 game?
I'm fine.
No, I'm fine.
Yeah.
And like a game. They would have did that.
Nah,
A fine. But if they go over that game and they don't have Montrezl Harrell, Steve Ballmer's gonna be raising hell.
Look this way. All right, Drew. You asked how would you punish him? If the roles were reversed, what would you be calling for? A fine or a suspension? If it was.
I get it. The roles reverse is way worse in the times where we're living in. In the times where we're living in, the roles is just like I said, double standard. The shit will be.
It's equal statements, but obviously, if the roles were reversed, one will be perceived as worse than the other one.
Right.
Of course. Just like I said, double standard. Like it's a double standard of things. Like at the moments where we live in it, I totally agree. If he said bitch ass black boy, the fucking hammer would be coming down. Like I swear to you, I get that whole shit. But
yeah, what you was about to say, DQ?
He thinks I'm a bitch ass white boy. He's a bitch ass nigga. How would you have said that? How about that?
I think like in sports, especially in the NBA, especially it's just like people talk shit like that's how you get people out of their game. Unfortunately, because of the situation is everything is heard. I'm sure a lot worse have been said, but no, like not giving a pass. He said what he said. It was wrong. They should have fined him. But in regards to a game, I don't think it's that deep for him to be suspended for a game.
I don't think it should be suspended. Like a small fine. He knew at the end of the day, he knew what he said was wrong.
Right.
And Luka spoke. He spoke to him. They was
fine. You gave that nigga 40.
Yeah. Now, stand on the topic of Mavericks Clippers series. It's tied up. So Mavericks is trying to keep it competitive. DQ, what do you think the Mavs need to do in order to take the series? Do you see them taking it? I have a chance of taking the series, like realistically.
I actually do see them taking it because Paul George he not playing like playoff P. Like he's not
getting buckets, bro.
Like he's not eating like he's supposed to. For him to be that situation, OKC to go to LA to want to win.
Like playoff P, I think the playoff
P working for bro.
You heard DQ? You say he's not playing like playoff P, but I think the playoff P nickname is for the fact that that's how he plays in the playoffs. It's not a positive nickname. It's a bad name.
No, playoff P is supposed to be a good name. Like it's supposed to be
but it's not recognized as that.
Now it's turning right now. Now they're changing it like, oh yeah, here come playoff P now. Like turn it off. He get season he cooked, but then playoff coming, he turned that shit down. So you think the Mavs gonna take this series?
I do. Just not like they're playing so well, and they won the last game without Porzingis, won the second leading scorer. So therefore, that was easy. Like it went to overtime, yes, but to me that was an easy win for them.
But honestly.
Listen, remember, the Mavs were down 21. It was down 21. So the Mavs made a good comeback, but obviously
that ain't gonna happen all the time.
Yeah,
but listen,
gas pedal and boom, here came the match. If they would have kept it would have been a blowout. The game would have been over.
But listen, John, though, if Chris, this is one thing, and we all know this because everybody have said it. Even we said it last week. If Kristaps Porzingis was not kicked out of the first game, we are potentially looking at a 3-1 Mavs leading right now. If that shit did not happen, we would potentially be looking at that series right now. I think the Mavs are totally live. Just like he said, they did without Porzingis last game, and it's not just Lucas scoring, bro. It is people coming off the bench is like in the lineup. Tim Hardaway Jr. is giving them buckets. Dorian Finney-Smith is giving them buckets and playing good defense. Seth Curry, and fucking
Trey Burke.
Yeah, it's Trey Burke.
And this is how insane it is. Like the Knicks traded Trey Burke, Hardaway, Porzingis for Dennis Smith Jr. He thinks he's busting the ass in the playoffs right now. How insane that shit is, bro.
Word. That's
Like,
a fact.
that was the most like when you go to the top of the worst trace ever, that has to be on there.
That's the Knicks for you though. Like
That's Nick shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They really thought Dennis Smith Jr. was gonna be Spider-Man.
I mean, let's be honest, man. After the Knicks had their run back in when the Knicks had their run, John?
Mellow years.
Mellow years? At the end of,
But
Well,
that
end of the
2013, 2014.
Yeah, 2013, 2014.
when the last time the Knicks won a chip, bro?
72.
That was the 70s.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Willis Reed now.
And the plug our homie for this episode. How many points did Kobe drop on the Knicks?
61.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we'll see a lot more of Kobe later on that pod, but we're gonna stay in LA right now as we're talking. The other
That's
LA
staying
team
in
is
LA.
playing. Yeah, we're staying in LA because we're rapping right now. Lakers are smoking the fucking Blazers right now.
The score was
Actually,
24
I
to
wanna-
8 at one point, which is freaking amazing.
Yeah, they started the game 16 in a donut, bro. 16 in a donut.
But
I was
also, they said, I seen the notification. There was like a thing. At one point, the Blazers was down. Lakers was up 24 to 8, and
Yeah.
8-4. So
I was hoping for a more competitive series. I thought Dame now was going to do more. Melo now was going to – although they've been still playing great, but how we forecasting this series going, Kevin?
5.
Lakers gonna take tonight, and then tomorrow, not tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, it's gonna be a wrap. By the way, guys, we are airing again on 8/24 today, so the Lakers will play again 26, and series is a wrap, bro.
It's lit. It's 8/24. We're recording on 8/24. I didn't even think about that, bro. This is destined. We doing this. Look, Kev, let them know who that be.
Mamba forever, bro.
Mamba forever, man. And this is the Kobe edition episode for the OSA. So John, how you forecast the series going?
the Lakers Portland.
Yeah.
They about to pack them, bro. It's over.
No, it's crazy. Y'all looked at me crazy. Remember when we was making the picks? I told you the Lakers play how they supposed to. They packing the Blazers. Everybody's like, "Oh no, that's Johnny crazy."
I did it 6.
Bro,
I said it 6.
I'm trying to see the Kobe Black tribute jerseys, bro. Next series.
I did it right now.
Oh, these is done with Gianna's little heart on it?
Yeah, those are the jerseys Kobe designed. Those are the jerseys they was gonna reveal. They said, "Yo, we're gonna wear those in the second round."
Oh, they about to pack them in these shit.
And now they're
Today?
like, we gotta wear for 8.4.
And again, that's why they wearing the 8/24. So they about to put up 40 on the Blazers' ass.
The Blazers came win
They got their suitcases already, bro.
I say
I thought Johnny was trying to play the Blazers because I told him like, yo, Blazers, we can at least get 6 games. Johnny like, nah, it can go to 4 if they play right. I'm like, nah, it ain't. That ain't happening.
I was like, yo, they have no answer for Anthony Davis. Majority of the league don't have an answer for him.
Yeah, that's a grown ass man.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's really nobody there in the league that has anything for him. I thought because they have bigs on Portland that Whiteside and Nurkic would do more. They let Anthony Davis grab every rebound, offensive and defensive, and he's scoring that wheel.
Because normally Nurkic, like I would think he would definitely do better. Like even at this, I thought he was being the defense, but it doesn't look.
Well, Nurkic's also going through some shit also, so like you can kind of add that to him mentally. But besides that, like he's not really playing. He's playing okay, but he's not playing exponentially great for you.
Then his grandmother or somebody passed away.
Yeah, she died from COVID.
Yeah, right.
One game, that first game, I think. Yes.
Yeah.
First game against the Grizzlies, the play-in game. That was
the play-in game.
Oh my God! LeBron just blocked a board off the backboard, bro.
Them jerseys fire though. But, all right, just staying in the NBA.
They light them up, bro.
We're going to another series. We're going to Jazz Nuggets. Now I expected more.
Crazy.
I expected more competitive series there. I had the Nuggets taking this series.
Oh my God, another one. Let's go, Bron.
I think I had the Nuggets too. It was game 2 and game 3 where they fucking totally lost their way. Like, I did not expect them to blow them out both game 2 and game 3. That was a total surprise to me. But even like the last game, because they played well the last game. Like game 4, I thought they could at least tie it, but it was so close. Like Jazz ended up taking it in at the end. But the kills were game 2 and game 3.
Yeah. What are some of y'all biggest surprises so far watching the first round of the NBA? Anybody throw them out there?
Watching the Lakers lose a game, period, bro. They need to win this year for Kobe, son. That's how I feel. So that's mine.
I mean,
I feel like they gave them that game. Like we've all watched enough playoffs at all sports where we're like,
Well, the Blazers had the momentum anyway.
Yeah, right. I thought the way Dame was playing, the way he was playing coming into that game, I thought they would at least get 2 games out of the series. So I'm surprised that it ain't as competitive. I thought it would be closer. First game was close. The rest of the games ain't been that close. They've been just taking off on their ass. I thought it would be.
I mean, it's possible. I mean, Blazers is down 19 right now, but yeah.
Yeah, they getting smoked. Also, I'm surprised that the Sixers got swept. I didn't think the Sixers would get swept.
I knew they were lose, but I thought they would get at least 1 or 2. Like I had that 6. I had that 6 games. Like I thought the Sixers was at least do something.
Because most of y'all had Orlando getting swept.
Yes, Orlando is. You see what they doing now.
I had Orlando in 6, but
Johnny. I know Johnny had them getting swept. I know Drew had them getting swept. I can't remember what Kevin and Anthony. I said Anthony. Kevin, Eddie had, but at least Orlando got 1. They might lose the next one, but at least they were able to get one game out of it. Gentleman's sweep. But staying in the NBA also took place last week was the NBA lottery. Now, of those teams, we're gonna start in New York. The Knicks got the
Why you gonna start in New York?
8th pick in this year's NBA lottery. I don't know who will be available by the time the 8th pick.
Me.
Besides this draft, this draft, you should straight me.
Yeah, I don't look at this. There. I don't look at this. And it could be due to COVID. I don't look at this class to be that deep. But it could be some sleepers in there. But the T-Wolves got the number 1 pick. So, John, throwing it to you first. What do you think the T-Wolves should do with that first pick?
I think what the T-Wolves is going to try to do is flip it for a star. I think I don't know
who would be the best star to come over to Minnesota.
Who would be that star?
I don't know what.
Oh my God!
I don't know what stars will be available.
Yeah.
But I feel like since Karl Towns and D'Lo's already there,
right?
Devin Booker is like they're all good friends. They want to play together. I feel like that's the star they would target.
Yo, that would be nasty.
I think that's the star they would target because of the friendship and they already want to play with each other.
Yeah.
They want to play with each other, but I just don't think Phoenix is that. Is not gonna give up. It's not gonna give up.
If somebody wants out, they want out. Look at all these players that's been getting traded, and they was like not at the end of the contract. It was in the beginning.
Yeah, they force it out. They be forcing their ass out.
It's a different era.
Really on, I guess I would not say lock right now, but like give it like I'll say like next season. I don't think, and how they would progress, the Suns would progress. I don't think the front office that willing to give up on Booker yet. Like
the front office might not be able to, but in sports nowadays, players have a lot more power than they used to, and you can see from multiple sports, from NFL to baseball to basketball. When these players want to get out, regardless of how much time they got left on their deals, they force the teams to make some type of trade or some type of deal just so they can get something from it. So if Devin Booker wants out, if he says he wants out, they're gonna get him out. It might not be the best deal for them in that moment, but if the players are happy, these players are really forcing teams to trade them.
Once they look at Paul George, he signed that extension. He was a free agent. He re-signed, and he played 1 year on that new contract, and he got traded to the Clippers.
That was crazy. I think that type of Paul George is like an anomaly. I don't think that shit happens every
that shit happening like every year. Like
no, but it's not every year, because that is basically he just signed his contract that off season. You only give him for 1 year. Name me which star that actually does that.
Westbrook also got traded, and he definitely got used up on his contract.
No, I'm talking about that 1 year. He only played.
No, I'm not saying the 1 year thing. I'm saying it's happening more and more that players are forcing teams to get rid of them and forcing them to send them to the team that they want to go to.
Yeah, like drop me, bro.
It's like
think about for Russell. Russell did not see Russell was like even like, because Russell, they were getting ready to, once Paul George was greenlit gone, Russell was like, why keep Russell at this point? That's what OKC did.
Well, what started that was them was trading away Melo, and Melo didn't do shit. They just let Melo leave pretty much for nothing. And Melo was a big piece in that team actually playing well for that period of time.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Again, the players have a lot more power, and if they want to get out, the teams, unfortunately, will do a bullshit trade because they don't want that toxicity or whatever, that toxic player or that toxic environment on their organization. So they'll send off you and get like 3-4 players, like mid-level players, and 2 picks or some shit like that, just so they can get rid of you. And players are forcing teams to do that more and more now. Like, that's why you get these big threes and all that and shit, because of LeBron whole ass start this type of shit. Yeah. But also in the lottery, Golden State Warriors got the number 2 pick now.
That's
cheating.
Well, I want to see what they do with that pick.
They trade it away. Well, they don't need nothing.
Nah, they need whatever they can get.
They need a good bench player. That's what they need. They
might try to flip that pick for a star too.
Yeah, I don't think Warriors are trying to rebuild with nobody. They like, yo, we still in.
They're not trying to rebuild, but
they're not gonna bring in nobody, no fresh pup.
They're still gonna be the same team they were before the injuries happened. Only had that picks because KD and Clay and freaking Steph got injured during that season, so they end up losing because Draymond thought he was the shit and thought he could carry that team when he couldn't.
Yeah. Definitely not.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they not on no rebuild. They like, we trying to play. We trying to compete. So they not gonna take a chance with a rookie. They gonna trade that shit and bring another star in. So it's like we can get back in contention.
They just need somebody to come off that bench and give them buckets. Like, that bench, like, I say the number 1 flaw in that team is the bench. Their bench is horrible, and that's been for years. Even though you got all the flashiness, splash brothers shooting threes, when you go to the bench, you're losing at that point.
But you saying not for years, because they had AI, they had Sean Livingston, they had Andrew Bogut. They've had solid. They had that.
Yeah, but when you have players like Andrew Bogut or like Andre Iguodala get injured, which they have been for the last couple of years, is no spark. I mean, the only spark I could say was Sean Livingston. Sean Livingston was pretty much the consistent player off that bench.
Right.
And that's when.
I mean, last year was the only year that GS wasn't like well put together. Even the year that they lost, injury took down their team. If KD was playing, they would have beat Toronto. Like,
which is proving my point. Which is proving my point right there, because you had Clay injured, Steph injured, KD gone.
Steph wasn't hurt.
Yeah, Steph played. He didn't play the whole season, but he played.
He played for a while. That's what I'm saying about Steph.
And Clay injured his knee in the last game.
Yeah, I know, but just what I'm saying. You don't have nobody You don't have nobody after those stars go away. You don't have nobody. Your cupboard is bare.
Yeah,
This
but
is the point about that team.
last year,
That team
but
doesn't
last year,
need a solid bench when they can set the tempo early in the game, but just making shots.
and again, last year their bench wasn't the same as it was the year prior. Like a lot of Sean Livingston, AI, all those players left. Bogut, everybody was gone. Like they was a new team on that bench. I get Ken Robinson the third. Like that team, they got the Cali, the big nigga from Toronto. From Sacramento. They was a different team. They bench right. That Willie nigga. They team was different. Their bench was different.
Willie nigga.
So like they always had some 2 to 3 pieces on the bench that was solid. Last year they didn't have nothing was going on. So although they do need to add to their bench, with Clay, Steph, and one more person, it's hammer time in that motherfucker because they will cook. I say they go get Joel Embiid, add him to that.
Really?
Add to the splash. They tried it with the other big dude, the third splash brother.
You talk about Draymond?
Oh, no.
Not Draymond. He on the Lakers now. He injured.
Fuck yeah, Boogie.
Boogie. Boogie, right. Boogie.
Boogie Cousins.
They tried it with Boogie. It didn't work out. Maybe Joel Embiid could be a better addition to the splash.
You can't shoot that great to do that. Joel Embiid can give your third splash rubber. It ain't happening.
So with all this being said, y'all original picks was whatever the hell it was. Do have your picks changed in regards to the East and West? Who will be meeting in the championship? Johnny, do you have any changes in your picks for the East and West at this current moment after seeing the first round?
No, my picks are still solid and they're locked in.
So you got Boston to LA, right?
Yep.
DQ, are your picks the same? You got for the chip?
Pretty much. I still got the Lakers and whoever team is in the finals. I'll probably say Lakers, Toronto, because Toronto's playing so well. But I still have the Lakers win the entire thing.
Kev, who you got?
What did I have originally? I had Lakers, Milwaukee.
Right.
So yeah, I don't see why not. But I don't. That's only because I'm a little biased. If I'm not being biased, if Boston plays the same way they played in the first round and the second round, it'll definitely be Lakers Boston. Because I'd rather agree with Johnny than to look stupid. But at the end of the day, Lakers, Milwaukee, that's what it's supposed to be. So
right,
let them put in the work. Let's get it.
What about you, Drew? Any changes?
I had Lakers, Toronto, and definitely that can happen. But don't sleep on Miami, bro. Don't sleep on Miami.
Well, I had Clippers. I had Clippers, Toronto. I'm still gonna stick with that. I feel like Clippers because of everything that's been going on with their team. This is the first time they're all playing together. And then you got Pat Bev out right now. They're still trying to find. Yeah, Pat Bev is out. Pat Bev is injured. Patrick Beverly been injured. So that's what I'm saying. He hasn't been there they're going to beat Dallas. But I think once Pat Bev come back, I still got them beating the Lakers. And Toronto taking the East. Spicy P&M, they working over there. But that's our NBA recap. We moving on to Bag of the Trash It. Y'all ready?
Mm-hmm. Ready.
Bag of the Trash It. Now, we're starting off in MLB. Tatis was in some trouble last week for not following baseball's unwritten rules. Oh, my God, we do this way. You shouldn't do that. We don't play like that. Bullshit. So, first Bag of the Trash It. Was Tatis wrong for breaking baseball's unwritten rules? Bag of the Trash It going to you first, Kev.
Trash it, bro. At the end of the day, if I'm in a scenario where we cooking already, is bases loaded, and you fucked up and put yourself in a situation where everybody know that you throwing me a strike down the middle, I'm sending that home.
I'm sending that shit.
By home, I mean the upper room.
Word.
Like,
Word.
I'm sending that. What are y'all talking about?
DQ, bag it and trash it.
Trashing that shit, man. Like, come on. If it's a 3-0 pitch and that shit's right down the plate, I'm smacking that shit. Fuck out of here. Like,
Word.
it's your job to pitch better.
Upper room.
It's not
At
my
that
fault.
point, just fuck it. Walk 'em.
The count is 3-0. You have to throw me a strike, and if you walk me, if the base is loaded, I'm sending that shit to the upper room like Kev said. Fuck out of here.
Right.
Yeah, that shit's ridiculous, bro.
Johnny, bag it or trash it.
Trashing means I don't agree with everybody's stand.
So the question is, was Tacitus wrong for breaking baseball unwritten rule?
Ran
So
up the
if I
score.
bag it, I say he's
He's wrong.
He's wrong. Right.
trash it. He's not
Right.
trash it.
Right. Trash it.
Yo, just walk his ass.
Trash it. Trash it.
What about you, Drew? Bag it or trash it?
Bugger.
Nah, trash it. Trash it all the way.
I'm definitely trashing it. And it's unwritten rules in a lot of sports. Like in basketball, if you up, you shouldn't, sit your bench and all this. You shouldn't be trying to score. Fuck all that, yo. We until time run out, we playing ball, nigga.
like NFL, you like everybody know you taking a knee, and
Yeah.
defensive tackles be like, "Fuck this."
Yo, right. The knee, all that shit, like it's cool and good sportsman. Like it shows good sportsmanship. But bro, you can't be mad at me for playing the game.
Yo,
I'm saying it sounds good in theory, but you can't be mad at me for playing the game. Like we play to win. That's how we play. Play to win. So don't be mad at me for trying to win. I don't care if I'm winning. I'm trying to win more. I'm trying to run up the score on your ass. Like no prisoners around here. So I'm definitely trashing. I'm definitely trashing that. All right, moving on. Y'all know your boy Des Bryant been in the field working on his routes, getting ready for the new season.
Yeah, I bet.
So been away from the game, like 2-3 seasons now?
Two seasons.
Yeah, Des been away from the game. So bag it or trash it. Should an NFL team take a chance with Des Bryant? I'm gonna throw it to you first, Drew. Bag it or trash it.
I say bag it. Why not? If he can contribute, like more power to him. If he can't, then it is.
Where should he go? I know they were talking about Baltimore, your team.
He did a workout for the Ravens.
He did work out, but he didn't leave with a contract. So, I mean, like,
would you like him to be a Raven?
I would like him to be a Raven. Like, if he can, just like I said, if he can contribute to the team, then he's good.
Can he play safety? Because they need one.
They definitely do.
If he can't play safety, he don't need to be on the Ravens.
No. I can't bag it or trash it. Des Bryant making an NFL team.
I'm a bag it only because this is the year of COVID. As long as he stays healthy, I think a team could pick him up if they really, really need him. But otherwise,
I mean, this is probably gonna be the year of the replacements anyway. So
that's what I'm saying. So it's like, yeah,
DQ.
Like
bag it or trash it.
From a replacement aspect, but I'm trashing it for the fact that the dude is a horrible route runner. So therefore, no team really wants that. And be like at his age and just not know how to run routes properly and just do the fuck you want on the field. I'm just saying. I don't even know but I know that route running is very important to the offense. I know that for sure.
Yeah, because 50-50 balls kind of like dissipate in like age, like athletic ability, I would think. Like
I mean, Des think he up there with Larry Fitz. So he like, yo, if Larry out there doing it, I could do it. Johnny, bag it or trash it. Should an NFL team take a chance with Des Bryant?
I'm a bag it. I think Des still got a little bit left to give the NFL. I'll bag it.
Where do you think would be a good fit for Des?
I would say a system, like, a quarterback. I'm not going to say, I don't know if he lost a step or two. He might have lost a step or two.
Oh, definitely has, bro.
But a QB that could get him, get him the ball when he's, in the game and he's running his route, whatever route he runs. Somewhere, I say he needs to go to a contender. I think that should be his best fit, contender.
Right. Yeah. I mean, bag it. I mean, this is the COVID season, the year of the replacement. Why not take a chance with that? Ain't gonna hurt much. The season already to shits to begin with, to start with anyway. Why not? Like, okay. All right. Next, bag of the trash it. Now, unfortunately, Portland's getting smoked right now, but Dame is said to have the longest range in the NBA. But there's one other person people are contesting. Range is a little deeper, and that is the Chef Curry. So, bag of the trash it. Does Dame Leonard have more range than Steph Curry? Throwing to you first, Kev, bag of the trash it.
I don't even know why they doing all that, man. At the end of the day, Steph has the most range. He's had the proven most range for a minute now. I mean, obviously he's been in the game way longer than Dame has. So I mean, it's a stupid question. And if Dame has had the range that Steph has had, even if it was for the same amount of time, the world wasn't put on notice until recently. So at the end of the day, y'all foolish out there for thinking or saying Dame has more range than him. So the question is, yeah, so I'm trashing it.
DQ, bag of the trash. Does Dame have more range than Steph Curry?
As far as the ability to shoot, they both have great ability to shoot. But as far as range is concerned, Dame, he literally said this season he decided to expand his range. So for this season, he's been doing great, but Steph's been doing it since 2014. So like they both have equally amount of good range, but more consistent with Steph. So I'm the trash it.
Johnny, bag of the trash. Dame have more range than Steph?
I'm gonna trash it, but Dame is pretty close. Like obviously Curry was doing Curry. Dame had like an explosive year with it, but from the 30 to 40 feet mark, Dame has hit more shots than Curry from 30 to 40, but Curry has a better percentage from it. So,
and I think why people are making the argument is because Dame's moments where he had the show range has been more like monumental to the moments. Like
Steph,
mostly right. Steph just be throwing that shit and it's like it's nothing. It's just
he's just been hitting in more important games.
Right, more important games, more important moments.
No, it just like it boosts it, and then also Curry hasn't played all year, so people people like, yo, shit, I forgot how Steph Curry played. Not saying that's not everybody, but
and it's because it's so normal with Steph. It's like I said, Steph, shit, all that good shit, all that shit, and Dame has done it, shown it in big moments. So that's why people make the argument. But Drew, to you, does Dame have more range than Steph Curry? Back in the trash it.
I'm gonna say trash it, but not to deny Dame's range. I'm just like they forgot, just like how you've been saying. Steph Curry just been doing this way longer than Dame has. Like Dame has done it in big moments. That's why everybody's out of proportion and people are like glued to the moment. They're kind of like prisoner of the moment right now. But not to like say he doesn't, but Steph Curry has just been doing it.
Right. All right. Next question. Now, this question, I guess we can all say this at the same time. This in regards to the standings. Bag of the trash it. Will any of the NBA's number ones, that's the East number one and West number one, lose this first round? Let's just get past this. We see where it's going. So 3, 2, 1. Trashing that.
I don't know how you brought this question up.
No, when the question first came up, we wasn't as far in the
situation was a little different.
Right, situation was a lot different than how it's looking right now. Like
it was game one.
Right,
they're really smoking.
It was like game 2.
Right now.
It was like game 2, so it's like okay, it's still competitive. Right now, we seeing how the shit is unfolding. Yeah, it ain't happening. Like it ain't
73-46, and the Blazers have 4 bench points to the
the AC ain't doing it. I'm sorry, but at the time when I first started the question, it was a little closer. It was 1-1 on both sides. So, lastly, for bag of the trash it, have y'all seen the new Toon Squad jerseys? There was a commercial with LeBron. He had the.
I don't remember it looking too good, but I think I saw it.
Give me a second. I got you.
Yeah, so pull it up if you can, Kev, real quick. I don't know if DQ gonna pull it up, but they just unveiled the new Toon Squad jerseys because they are bringing out Space Jam 2, a new tune and shit, new squad. And LeBron is the leader, starring LeBron James, Lebanon James.
You mean new tune leader, same squad?
Well, it's called Space Jam 2, the new tunes or some shit like that.
Yeah.
A new tune.
They're probably gonna create a new Looney Tune.
For real. I'd be dope if they do create new.
They might. I mean, it's a lot of characters on Looney Tune. It might be a new squad. It might be additional players to the team. It might not be original squad. So.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Fargo,
even though,
playing
right. They can let go of the skunk and Foghorn, Leghorn. They can let them sit. You can't do it without Tasmania, Devil, or Donald, or
motherfucking Rover to be shooting guards, jacking up threes and shit. Like, let's go.
Oh, it's gonna be definitely gonna be a different type of game style. But that's the new jerseys for. Space Jam 2.
That's all right, yo.
All right, so the question is, bag of the trash. Is the new Toon Squad jerseys better than the OGs? Johnny, to you first, bag of the trash. Johnny?
Not me first?
Yeah, on you first.
Thought you was froze, bro.
No. I thought we were going in the same order. I was waiting, but I'm gonna trash it. I like the OG. Sorry, that's me.
Yeah. DQ, bag of the trash.
You already know my answer. I'm trashing it. There's nothing if anything, they could have kept it like how Diesel, the shiny jerseys, like the Monstars,
the Monstars.
Different. But if they could have kept it the same. But the fact that it's that odd aqua blue color with the little rings around the logo, that's not gonna rock. Because what I'm thinking about is now, I believe he's wearing the LeBron 17th in the movie. I'm not sure though, but the fact that like with the regular Space Jam jersey, the shoe that came with it matched pretty okay. The shoe was all black, but I'm saying like I expected more. I didn't expect something that wild, but I wasn't expecting that. Yeah. Even if he did a little bit, but I wasn't expecting that.
They definitely like very colorful. But Kev, bag of the trash is the new jerseys better than the OGs?
I'm gonna trash it only because like. We ain't new to this, bro. We grew up on the old jerseys.
Right,
bro.
right.
It is what it is. Like, maybe the next generation, this is for the next generation.
I'll buy one, but yeah.
But for us, nah. I don't know if I would buy one. Maybe at some point I'll buy like an old like jersey, like a Jordan Toon Squad jersey, and maybe Bugs Toon Squad jersey.
Right.
I'm a grown ass man. I don't wear jerseys too often unless I'm going to games.
Right. So you don't have on the Toons.
Yeah, where the fuck am I going?
But the weird thing is, why I don't like so like people don't notice like Nike had their Toon Squad jerseys like from probably a year or two ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember like before that jersey came out. Starter Black Label in England had the entire starter like apparel, the sweat jackets, jerseys, and all that.
Toon Squad.
Yeah, it was everything like so. It had the hats, the jackets, the jerseys, but they didn't have the names on the back, the numbers.
Right.
And the quality was really good on them too, though. But like, I don't like the new ones.
All right, Drew. Back in the trash. Is the new Toon Squad jerseys better than the OGs?
I'm a trash it. The fluorescent colors is what's throwing me off. Like it's too colorful for me. Like the basic white is definitely. I like the OGs better.
Yeah, again, like Kev said, we grew up on the OGs, and although they are very plain jerseys, this fluorescent, the bullseye shit, and then again, I just don't like. They got the new style NBA jerseys, the tight fitted, like they don't have the tank top style jerseys. Like, so I don't like the V cut tight style jerseys. So I'm gonna definitely trash that OG. Toon Squad. I wonder who's gonna be the Monstars. I know KD said he ain't doing that shit. They tried to.
It's AD, Clay, Dame, 2 other people.
Oh, so that means they're gonna have to snipe this. It's not gonna be
right.
Hold on,
right. Yeah, he's gonna be shooting from the other side. But
Yeah.
no, they
Steph
trying to
needs
It's
do it.
it's Kyrie,
No,
Anthony
Steph gonna be on.
Davis.
Steph gonna be on the Toon Squad.
Yes, Kyrie, Anthony Davis, Dame, and Clay, and Braun, pretty much.
For the Toon Squad or the Monstars?
Well, they're playing. Well, the 5 athletes. They're like. There's all.
Remember, the
Yes.
aliens got steal their powers.
Right.
Whose
Yeah.
powers are they
Yeah,
stealing?
yeah.
Now they try to get KD. KD said, "Fuck that movie."
It's so dumb. They have another lady playing like LeBron's wife in the movie. One could just cast his actual wife in the movie.
They did that with. They do that all the time. They get an actress. Like
I know, but it makes no
movie.
sense. She's right there. Though.
No, but they didn't have Jordan's real life and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
his wife or his kids.
Kids were in the movie though.
No,
Yeah.
they weren't his kids.
No, those were his kids.
Those
Hey,
were.
what? Y'all
Those were his
dumb as
kids.
hell. Y'all dumb as hell. Them wasn't his kids.
Bro, those were
I
his
don't
kids.
know about that.
Oh,
I thought they were.
Y'all dumb as hell. Them wasn't his real kids.
I hope you wrong.
It was.
No, it wasn't. Look it up. It ain't. It ain't his kids.
What if Savannah did? Like, she probably not an actor like that. Like, LeBron do the movie.
Exactly. It's a movie.
His kids was not in the movie. His real kids was not in the movie.
Like I could.
Yeah, that's
could
what I
see it,
just
but
said. I
could
just
see
said his real kids wasn't in the movie.
Because I remember like I think they interviewed like Jeffrey and like Marcus and said they were in the movie. Like niggas lied.
They was probably in the crowd.
They used his real kids' names to keep him happy, but they
Right.
didn't use his real kids.
Or they were probably like the green screen outfits for the little monsters, like when they were little. They probably used the kids as when the monsters are small. That's like the CGI. But other than that,
He's an idiot.
Oh, okay. Here's why I'm confused. So, a kid named Eric Gordon played Marcus Jordan.
Okay, shut the fuck up.
That's right here.
so again,
You wasn't confused.
So it's crazy. And I had a conversation with someone, and they really thought that was actual Eric Gordon who plays in the NBA.
NBA stupid.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
All right, but that's back of the trash shit, yo. Let's get it to start this cut.
Said stupid, like it wasn't possible, bro.
No, because
they used his real kid's name, so I can see why people thought it was his real kid.
no, I'm just saying,
man.
like, it's a movie. They're acting. This ain't Adam Sandler who used all his people and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
Adam Sandler will have everybody.
Right. He will actually have his kids doing this shit. Actually, should have Adam Sandler in this shit like they had Bill Murray. Have like Adam Sandler. That'd be
Don
fine.
Cheadle's
That'd be
playing that
dope.
character, I think.
I'm with that too, bro.
No,
Hotel
hey,
Don Cheadle's in the movie.
Rwanda.
Oh, remember that movie?
But yeah, but Adam Sandler can actually hoop, so it was like.
Okay, no, Don Cheadle. He was in that movie to go.
Yeah, but I never seen Don Cheadle like play. I've never seen him like Adam Sandler. I know can actually hoop. I've seen him playing like celebrity leagues and celebrity games and shit. He can actually ball. So I don't know about Don Cheadle, but all right, we're moving on. Start bench cut. So on today's start bench cut, first up we got 3 NBA moves, right? So we got the floater, sky floater. You know when you throw it up when the big man coming to you, coming down the middle, throw it up, floater. We got the sky hook, and then we got the fadeaway jumper.
All right,
To
let me
y'all, which is the more effective move or the best move, however you see it?
Cut the least. You start the most dominant, and then you
Right. So you starting the most dominant or the most effective move to you. Start bench cut, kicking off to you, Johnny. What you got?
I am gonna start the sky hook. I'm gonna bench the fadeaway, and I'm gonna cut the floater.
Okay. Drew, start bench cut.
I'm going to start the fadeaway. I'm going to bench the floater, and I'm going to cut the sky hook.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the order in which I'm best at. So I don't know.
So you got a blank list?
No, I'm saying the order in which I'm best at is how I'm gonna start bench cut for the segment.
Because you're not good at any, your list is blank.
Yeah, so he's bugging. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
All right, go ahead.
The first thing that I learned once I really started to learn ball was the floater. So for me, that's my starter because I've always been able to make decent attempts at that. Now I'm way better at it. But the The hook was second because not a lot of people see it coming, especially
But it's the sky hook, not the regular hook.
The sky hook. Hand up, full extension. Sky hook.
All right, so like I said, I'm benching the hook and I'm cutting the fadeaway.
All right, DQ.
So surprisingly, when I played ball on a Saturday, I actually used the sky hook for the first time in years, and that shit was super effective. So even though my favorite shot to do is the post fadeaway, the mellow post fadeaway, not the Kobe one, because I can't get that turnaround properly on my back shoulder.
Right.
So I'm gonna start the sky hook, bench the fadeaway, and cut the floater because I rarely drop to the paint when I have to do a floater. So it's one of those I rarely ever use, but I know how to.
Yeah, I will start the sky hook, and not saying that I can fucking do it because I can't do a fucking sky hook. I can do a regular hook. I could get under you and do something, but I can't do the fucking sky hook. Sky hook is one of the hardest moves to do in NBA, and it's one of the most unstoppable moves if you can do it. A lot of people can't do a good sky hook. Like it's one of those moves that a lot of people have tried. Coined by Lou Alcindor, aka Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Before he converted, Lou Alcindor. That's his move, unstoppable move. Could nobody do shit with that because
it's weird that no one does it today. It's the weird part.
Because they can't do it. They can't.
Fundamentally, it's super easy because we just come with the dribble. Just you're rising up with your follow through. But some people don't know how. Some people will turn the entire body like this.
And I think it's going up. But I think it's the full extension in which he go, and his hand is here all the way fully extended.
Yeah, it's
and when he releases the ball, a lot of people do they hook, and it's like the curve where
they're like hooking that elbow like this.
Right. You don't do the full thing. It's just they do the turn hook. So
right.
It's just like hook. Turn
right.
around, hook.
Yeah, that's what my hook is more like. Even if I give like a jab, like I'm going this way and then turn for it. Yeah, it's still like
that's what I'm saying.
Long,
that the shoulders bent, like the elbow is like, and I think that's for a lot of people.
It's just that whole angle.
Yeah.
The hook.
Right. With him, the hand is like straight up.
But for me, it feels like a sky hook.
Throwing it into the basket.
Right.
So
exactly.
It's like he's throwing it in.
Right.
For me, now that I'm way better at a hook, it feels like a sky hook to me because I'm only 5'9", and most of the time I'm backing somebody down that's bigger than me when I'm backing them down. So if they've already taken the bait on me going around their back, where I'm kind of like hooking them to get around them when I take the 2 steps under the hoop, I beat them that way. But by the end of the game, I'm faking that way, and I'll turn back, and I've just created the space, but it's not like a high sky hook. It's just a hook.
Yeah, when I get you in that post position, I'm moving you. I'm not really going for a hook or for a fade.
Yeah,
so
foul.
So
bro.
no, it ain't a foul. It's a slight move. But so
you don't hook the shit out of me. This nigga done turn, got his elbow on my back. Ain't no ref.
And there ain't no foul, just a slight move. Slight move. So start the sky hook because it's the most impossible move to stop and to do. And I can't do it. Floater, again, dealing with me. It's easy. I've found the niche for that, and it's easy to do when you're dealing with big niggas. Niggas that's taller, you just put it up over their reach and shit. Fadeaway, I don't do fades. It's just elbow, turn to the rim. So cut it.
Fadeaway, that's for a different breed, bro.
Yeah, that ain't. I ain't got that one.
That shit is a lot, bro.
All right, so that's start bench cut for that one. Next up, we got first baseman, some of the greats. We got Albert Pujols. Some people say my twin, David Ortiz, and Miguel Cabrera. So start bench cut, going to you first, Kev.
That's a tough one.
I knew it's a good one. So who you start, who you bench, who you cut, Kev?
I didn't get a chance, honestly, and the guys know to really dig into my bag to pull up all the numbers like I normally would, or like Eddie would be here for me to just redirect myself to. But definitely starting David Ortiz, even though I'm a Yankee fan and I'm anti-Boston. But at the end of the day, Big Papi, bro, he puts in work, man. At the end,
Yeah.
secondly, coming off the bench, um, Albert Pujols is Mr. Consistent. John, am I
Still.
bugging? And
Still.
am I bugging, bro? Like, yo, he's still playing.
Yeah, still.
And he's still producing. Now, between the two that I started and the ones that I benched, their roles have kind of changed a little bit, like overall for their team.
Right.
But their consistency of play is still, Hall of Fame worthy. You know what I mean?
Word.
And Cabrera's is too, but he's definitely cuttable when you put him up against these two. That's just my opinion.
Right. DQ, star bench cut.
As far as like athletic wise for the first baseman, not just more defensive than offensive, I'm going to start Miguel Cabrera. I'm going to bench Albert. I'm going to cut Big Papi because I've never seen Papi make a play at first base ever. I only remember him being a DH. That's it. I don't remember him ever. I never seen him stretch out for a catch at the first base. I've never seen that Papi do that ever. He played for that long, but I don't remember him doing it in my memory. I know Albert Pujols was a great first baseman, but like as an athlete, I felt that Miguel Cabrera is more agile, not as like stocky and big, so he has like more flexibility when it comes to being at first base.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm with.
Okay. Johnny, star bench cut. Johnny.
My bad. No, I was just looking at the stats. I had the stats thing, but definitely starting Pujols.
Yeah.
Starting Pujols. Benching Miguel. And I'm cutting David Ortiz. All great at their positions, but I feel like Pujols and Miguel was greater for a longer period of time. Like David Ortiz took off when he finally got to Boston.
Yeah.
Like he was solid. He was a solid player, but once he got to Boston, that's when he took off. So he had his first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 years he played in Minnesota. He was a okay player, but when he hit Boston, that stretch run in Boston, he became he became Big Papi and
Right.
star and everything.
Yeah.
So that's
All right.
why I hold against him. That's why I'll cut him.
Yo, what I'm saying
I'm sorry, Drew.
I think I'm going with I'm starting Big Papi, and I'm benching Cabrera, and I'm cutting Albert Pujols,
Here's another reason why I'm not starting Big Papi. Out of everyone on this list, he has no Golden Gloves. He's a 7-time Silver Slugger and a 3-time World Series champion and a 10-time All-Star, but no Golden Gloves. So
if they had a platinum bat, he'd have it though, bro. You tripping.
Right. So, and that's what I'm saying. So, I don't watch baseball like that, and I knew of all three athletes, but started Albert Pujols, just Mr. Consistent, still playing today, big hitter. It comes to being a first baseman, although I think Cabrera is better at the position of being a first baseman. When it comes to like star status shit, Big Papi, that nigga, he also my doppelganger. So I'm gonna put him on my bench, and then I'm gonna cut Miguel Cabrera. All great players, all Hall of Famers, definitely. Like first ballot Hall of Famers, every last one of them. So
I just want to know how Drew came to the decision to cut Albert Pujols.
Albert Pujols, that's what I said.
He's bugging, right?
he's smoking thrills, son.
One play they're all great, but I feel like that's the one player that couldn't be cut. Was Pujols.
Right, that had to be on the list somewhere.
Okay.
Worst case scenario, you bench him. Worst case
Right.
scenario, you bench him. But you cut Albert Pujols? What the?
Yeah, you got some explaining to do, Drew. How you come up with that?
I don't gotta explain to do. Y'all is getting it up on. Y'all, next question.
All right,
Yeah.
time out, guys. We got to take a moment to acknowledge that the Lakers are up 31 points on Portland.
Yeah, on
So,
824.
yeah,
cooking.
on 824.
With the Kobe jerseys on.
All
All right, last
tell y'all, bro.
last one for Star Bench Cut. We doing football movies. We got Remember the Titans, The Replacements, Friday Night Lights. Who you starting? Who you benching? Who you cutting? Kicking off with you first, DQ. I'll give it to you first.
I'm going to do it in the exact order you named them in. So I'm going to start Remember the Titans because that's an amazing movie. I'm going to bench The Replacements because I like the story behind it, how they had this actually, but I literally don't remember Friday Night Lights the movie. I remember the TV
You're
show.
bugging. You need to go back and watch that.
I remember the TV show because Thompson Young was in it.
45 too. No, they had a TV show.
Yeah, I only remember the TV show. I don't remember the movie like that, but like
Bro,
I prefer the TV show to the movie because at least Thompson Young was in it. He played Jackson, RIP to him. But I'm going to start Remember the Titans, bench Replacements, and cut Friday Night Lights.
Johnny, Star Bench Cut.
I am starting The
Replacement.
Shane Falco. That's the movie. My man Keanu Reeves did his thing. I'm starting Replacements. I'm benching Remember the Titans, and I'm cutting Friday Night Lights.
All right, Drew, Star Bench Cut.
I am starting Remember the Titans. I'm benching Replacements, and I'm cutting Friday Night Lights.
Yeah.
You're bugging, bro.
I think, and me and you gonna probably agree because we actually played. So it's like,
yeah, bro, they're bugging, bro. Yo, at the end of the day, I'm cutting The Replacements. It's a dub for that movie.
Not tripping.
I'm binging Friday Night Lights, and I'm starting Remember the Titans.
The only thing I would say, The Replacements is comedy, and the other two movies is a more serious tone movie.
Bro,
So,
I like The Replacements a lot. I like The Replacements a lot, bro. But at the end of the day, for me,
I'm not gonna hold you. Those two movies ain't fucking with The Replacements. I'm sorry.
again,
Great movie. Did not fuck with The Replacements.
See, what was your picks? What was your picks again, Cav? I didn't hear your picks.
I'm cutting The Replacements.
Right.
I'm benching Friday Night Lights, and I'm starting Remember the Titans.
So, following Cav, exactly the same. Replacements is, Johnny, it's no slight to The Replacements.
That's a good movie.
It's a very entertaining movie. Like, I'll watch it a million times. But growing up a football fan and wanted to be a pro football player, those have just a special remiss in my heart.
The Replacements gave you more of a chance.
That was fake. That was a fairy tale. That was a fairy tale.
Bro, shit. Oh, if lockout happened, they used replacement players. Is something that could happen realistically?
Nah. That was a fairy tale, man.
I feel what John's saying, but
it could happen. Homie, he wasn't. The only reason why he didn't make the league because he was in prison. They had a lockout. I was like, yo, pull up. Bro. Everybody. They had football. It wasn't like they just grabbed random people on the street. Some people had.
It was people that was legit.
Falco would have made the league, but he threw it. He what you call it? He threw the game. He choked. So,
yeah, he was on his longest yard shit. I know what you're saying, bro.
No, longest yard. He point shaved. Adam Sandler's character point shaved and went to jail. Shane Falco just in the biggest game he choked. You know, he choked. But
again,
he should have been.
Miles, you got great players like Boo who got hurt. Who's the next up? Who's the world? Who meant the world to that little town? Like he was that guy. Even in Remember the Titans, you brought together these two teams. And again, you get another injury. Like this real shit that be happening. Like that shit hurt my heart watching.
And Remember the Titans really took you through almost every emotion that you needed to go through, man.
I mean, it definitely did, though. That's why I started.
No, Johnny, no slight to The Replacements. No slight at all. Great, entertaining movie.
That's one of my favorite movies all time. Is The Replacements.
Johnny, everywhere we go,
people want to know.
Ooh, yeah, man, yo, this shit.
It wasn't a quartet. It was a duet.
Yeah, it was. But here we go. This is the block. Now let me stop.
No, different song. All right, but that's our bitch cut. All right, that's episode 19 OSA. Getting into the last segment. and that's 5-5. Now, as you can see, it's 8-2-4, right, Kev? 8-24.
8-24.
It's Kobe Day, Kobe week. We rapping. John got his jersey on.
Of course.
You know,
Mamba
I got
Day.
my Lakers, Mamba Day. You know what I'm saying? I got my Lakers, purple and gold. DQ got his old school Nipsey Blue Lakers jersey on. So today's episode is dedicated to Kobe, the GOAT. And
Kobe
we
Bean.
rap. Kobe Bean Bryant. Showing for 5-5 for today. We're doing our top 5 Kobe moments. Kobe got a lot of them. And again, you might, unfortunately, certain hit different for, certain people. So you might see or might hear a few of the same. Hopefully there's some variety in the list, but we'll see. Going from 5-1. 5-1, starting off, of course, with
Drew.
With Drew, Drew at number 5. What's your number 5 Kobe moment?
All right, it's a simple moment. Most of y'all may not have this on your list, but it's that moment where it was overtime. The Lakers are against the Miami Heat. Kobe drills the game winner over D-Wade, bro, and then the whole place went nuts when Kobe hits that game.
This was in LA or Miami?
No, it was in LA.
Yeah,
LA.
Oh, okay.
LA.
I mean, I'll make sure I put the clips in, but I couldn't remember if it was in LA or
Yeah,
Miami.
it was definitely in the 09-2010 season. That's the season that happened.
Right. All right, Kev, at number 5, what you got?
My number 5 Kobe moment. I was definitely a little too young for it, but I definitely appreciate it nonetheless. It was the first time Kobe got a chance to play against Jordan, December 17th, 1997. Right. So there's a saying in boxing where you shouldn't be in the ring if you can't box, and that was Kobe's opportunity to show Jordan, like, I'm here because I can do this. So,
do you know his stats for that game?
For that game, I don't know the stats offhand. No, I don't, unfortunately. But I know Kobe got a chance to hit him with a fadeaway and got to beat MJ to the rack at least once or twice in that game, if I remember correctly.
Nah, Kobe been idols become your rivals. DQ. And number 5, what you got?
Number 5 is it's not an end game moment. It's the Kobe and LeBron puppet commercial after Kobe wins his 4th ring. And he's like walking through the house, and he walks past LeBron. He's quiet as shit. Then he goes to the next room. He's celebrating again.
Nah, that's dope. We're gonna make sure we add that clip in here. John, number 5, what you got?
At number 5, I had a little tie, but I'm gonna go with the game winner versus the Suns back in 05, the 06 playoffs, 06 playoffs.
Right.
The first time was definitely the 05-06 season, 06 playoffs when Kobe hit that game winner, and he did that little.
So I like how DQ went. Because I kind of went that way too. It's not an in-game moment for my number 5, but my number 5 is the Kobe Bryant Jalen Rose commercial. With, Martini. The Martini.
81.
So he's like, how many hours you want? And then he
81.
81 and looked at Jalen and shit. That shit's funny as hell. Funny ass commercial. Like a great Kobe moment. So that's my number 5. Drew at number 4.
At number 4, just to tell you that Kobe is a monster, bro. No flinching when they were going against Orlando Magic in that playoffs, and then
Matt Barnes.
Yeah, Barnes.
Shit, trying to fake Kobe out.
Yeah.
Stone face, bro. Like you ain't fucking hitting me right now, son. Like we know this shit. Like get out of here. That's my 3. That's my 4.
You're 4. All right, Kev, at number 4, what you got?
Most people don't know about me, but I'm a huge fan of the Olympics. It's pretty much the only time of the year that, patriotic, but in '08, my man Kobe was named captain of that '08 Olympics team and led them boys to gold.
Yeah.
Led them boys to gold. And I watched it. I watched every game, bro.
Yo, they were busting ass.
Yo,
Like,
smoking teams by like 30.
They didn't get the gold in 04, so they
Yeah.
were on a mission.
Yo, they was on a mission, and Kobe put them boys to work, man. So
yo, no, that team was nasty, man. They're out there busting people.
For real, it was bad, bro.
Yo, they were busting.
Actually, the piggyback on my number 4, that was the year after that year was done. They were starting to consider not having. They were really considering the age restriction on who was able to come and play.
Or not having professional athletes being in the Olympics.
Correct. Yeah. So
they still consider that shit now too. It's fucked up part.
Nah, they don't need to consider that. Even if they do, like,
it makes no. It's not. U.S.
That's right.
Overseas is a trash.
Our country's bigger than.
But the world has gotten better in ball. Like
they have definitely.
They're still trash, but they got better.
I mean, they ain't trash, but they're better. But again, how you gonna age? These are professional athletes. You can't. They're professional, so you can't put an age limit on a professional.
Nah, Spain, Argentina, they still got really good teams coming out.
It's a lot of places.
It's another country. I'll remember it. Y'all keep going.
Australia always have a good team. It's a lot of good countries that have a lot of pros that come to the league. But DQ at number 4, what you got?
My number 4 is Kobe's 61-point game at the Garden, and what he wrote on the box score to Spike Lee. So yeah, that's my favorite part. He said, "Spike, this is your fault."
You're gonna see that on my list too.
My brother actually went to that game.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's dope. That's dope.
That reminds me of Berkeley when niggas got tickets to the Knicks game to see LeBron play the Knicks. He dropped like
for real.
62. I was pissed. I couldn't fucking go to that game.
All right, John, at number 4, what you got?
At number 4, I got Kobe 62 3/4.
It's Dallas, right?
Who they playing? Yeah,
Dallas.
playing against Dallas. My number 4 probably higher on some of y'all lists, but because of the level of difficulty, Raptors was a bad team. Number 4, I got Kobe putting up 81.
That was my number 3 too, because the coach told them not to be on Kobe. That's the fucked up part about it. So I mean, it's still amazing he scored 81, but the coach of the Raptors is an idiot.
Yeah, the level of difficulty wasn't there, but it was a great moment. Like, he scored 81 points. Like, that's ridiculous. But
they could have turned the lights out.
Yeah, word. Drew, at number 3, what you got? He said,
Okay, but my number 3 is fucking Kobe scoring 61 at the Garden, bro. That was, I remember watching in the living room with my father because he devout Knicks fan and shit. He was just like, bro. I saw my dad throws his hands up and say, "Yo, that's Kobe. Fuck it.
We ain't never winning." That's what he was saying. We ain't never winning, man. All right, Kev at number 3.
My number 3 isn't like a specific moment, so I'm cheating a little bit, but excuse me, it's the 06, 07 years where, my man's won the back-to-back scoring titles. So for me, that's just legends do shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So
Kobe Bean is definitely
legends do shit like that. That's that back-to-back, and everybody remembers that 06 season a little bit more than like the 07 season. What did he average, like 30-something points, like a game in 06?
And that was the first season without. That was the first.
506, he averaged 35 points per game.
That should have been his MVP season.
I knew it was up there, bro. Like,
that was a season without. That was a season without Shaq, correct?
Yeah.
I think so.
The second season without Shaq. That was the second without Shaq.
Yeah, so Kobe had something to prove.
Even is not like an overly basketball fan. Like I've been watching Kobe.
Oh, have a game.
So I already know.
All right, DQ at number 3.
My number 3 is the 81-point game. Like you said, pretty much the Raptors were trash. The Colts that don't play defense. My 2 and 1 are very, 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 very like way better in my opinion. But yeah.
Yeah. All right, John, number 3.
At number 3, I have Mamba out, the finale, the last game of Kobe's season. I have that at number 3. When Kobe put up the big 6-0 and
Yeah.
did a little speech at the end, and it was like Mamba out. That's what I had at number 3.
Yeah. At number 3, I got, again, the 61 game. And Kobe just in the Garden always cooked. The Knicks does overall. Him in the Garden cooks. Him, LeBron, James Harden. I think James Harden and Kobe are tied for the record for 61, 62 in the Garden right now for the most points.
Opponent, I think.
For opponent. Melo got 60
overall
right,
record for 62.
right. I'm talking about for the opponent. It's 61. Kobe and the beard and shit. So that's my number 3. Kobe in the Garden. Period. Because you cooking there. Drew, number 2.
My number 2 is also the 81-point game because, that's just a feat that nobody is going to touch right now, except when Devin Booker was pretty close getting that 70, but nobody's going to touch 80.
Devin Booker and Melo could reach 80 that point.
Yeah, I mean, in today's basketball, I don't see that being a record.
Well, today, like with the fact that they have so many shooters have so much room to shoot now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I could see that being broke in the next few years or something.
I mean, nobody is gonna get the big 100, just like your boy Will got.
Even with the, I don't know.
First of all, Will getting 100 wasn't televised, so it didn't really happen.
What you say, John?
Even with the inflation of offense, how the offense is off the charts nowadays, I still don't think that'll happen anytime soon.
Yeah, I feel like with players scoring 50 and 60, like getting that close, I don't see it being a long stretch to get that.
You gotta look at it this way: in the NBA right now, how many active players touch 60? Harden, that's active. I'm not saying that they that's touch 60. Harden,
Ron, Melo,
Bron,
Devin Booker,
Clay, KD.
I don't think KD hit 60 in the game yet.
KD's high is like 58, I think.
I don't think Curry hit 60. I don't even think Curry hit 60.
Nah, Curry has his 60. Yeah, Curry has his 60.
Curry hit 60?
I believe that. I believe so, yeah.
Fact check
the car facts, bro.
Don't be throwing out stats you don't know. I'm not sure.
Curry high is 54, and I think that's the game he played at the Garden too.
Yeah, and I was looking that up. That's one.
But I know LeBron scored 60, Melo scored 60, Harden definitely scored 60.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying, like, with players being able to reach a big feat as 50 on a regular day.
Devin Booker at 70.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, on a regular day, a motherfucker can score 50 points, almost 60 points. So for 81, as range extends, as the lack of defense extends, I feel like that ain't gonna be too much of a hard feat in the next couple of years.
I still don't believe it. Like, nobody's gonna let nobody light up for 81 points.
Yeah, and
that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, and that's why I really don't care for Drew's opinion. Kev, and number 2, what you got?
My number 2, again, just to piggyback off my number 3, I set it up this way. Like, number 3 was the 06-07 back-to-back scoring champ season. So my number 2 in 07, Kobe had 4 back-to-back 50-point games.
Oh, that's when he went 40-60.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
50-60, 50-60.
So, I mean, what are we really talking about, bro? We're talking about greatness, and again, here it is on display. So for me, at any level,
that's crazy. You know, he had like 50,
ridiculous.
And then that second game, he had 65. Came back with 65, scored 50 again, and then he scored 60 flat.
Yeah, so
whole game in a 4-game stretch.
All I'm saying is
that's number
Smooch,
2 for me.
all I'm saying is Smooch Parker was the best player on that team.
That's number 2 for me. I would have had it at number 1, but my number 1 has been already said. But
yeah,
I still appreciate it.
Yeah, I'm with you, Kev, because my number one said already too. All right, DQ at number 2.
My number 2 is Kobe Bryant's commercial with Nike featuring Kanye West.
Blow my.
Are you the same beast and a different animal? The Kobe system.
What the fuck are you talking about, Kobe Bryant? Yeah, that commercial, honest to God, bro, that shit's hilarious to me, son.
I like the car commercial more. The jump over.
Nah, that was
That
over cars. He was jumping. He jumped over the pool with the snakes in it.
The pool one was fake. The car was real.
the car was real, yeah, definitely. We all know that. Nah, but that
Oh,
Kanye,
no.
that Kanye commercial, bro, is mad funny, son.
Nah.
It's funny because like, what the fuck are you talking about, Kobe?
Yeah.
He's like, you're welcome.
Yo, welcome, bro. He goes,
No.
he was like, I need you to want more or win more. This nigga Kanye was like,
But I'm the best.
But I'm the best. He's like,
You're welcome.
but are you in the same line and whatever you just said? He's like, what the fuck does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Nah. Iconic
Welcome.
shit. Legends upon legends. Legends hollering at legends. You get 2 legends together in a commercial, you get magic, bro. So Johnny, number 2.
At number 2, it's been said, but I got Kobe's 81-point game at number 2. You know, it was just a stamp on the crazy season Kobe he was having. And then, you know, I think in that same year he had the month. He averaged like 40 a game. And he was just, you know, Kobe was just being Kobe.
Yeah.
I feel like that should have been capped off for the MVP season. But, you know, that's another discussion for another day. 81 at my number 2.
My number 2 is Kobe's 09 championship, beating Magic's 4-1 without Shaq. That's my number 2. That series, 4-1 Lakers Magic.
Stop. The wife from in the ring and his car from in the ring.
And again, that everybody was saying, you know, Shaq went on to win with Miami.
And that final was supposed to be Cleveland versus LA too.
And it was Kobe wasn't gonna get a ring without Shaq. They got Shaq left town. It was supposed to be over for LA. Kobe brought them back. 09, got them the championship. So that's my number 2. Kobe, 2009 championship against the Magics. All right, number 1. Been said already. But it's a great moment. It made me want to cry just visualizing it in my head because we lost Kobe Bryant this year. Like that shit is crazy.
A ridiculous 2020.
Yo, ask Sabrina. I'm watching CNN. I saw that shit. I dad started crying like I lost a sibling. Like I had to go for a walk. Nigga was hurt. Like
From my mom called me from
I remember
where she was at, and she told me, and I was like, huh? You're bugging. I hung up. And I started digging, doing research, and I'm like,
yeah, because it was and you know how people be killing people on social media and shit.
Like I feel like I was in the twilight zone, bro.
Right.
That's why that's why I tell people all the time, bro.
That shit was crazy. But again, RIP to the GOAT. We're gonna get into our number 1. Number 1 Kobe moments. Drew, to you first. What's your number 1 Kobe moment?
My number 1 Kobe moment is Kobe getting that 5th championship because it definitely cemented that legacy as Kobe being one of the GOATs. Because and it like reversed it got Kobe to like avenge his championship that he lost to the Boston Celtics in the 08 series, the 07-08 series. And it also like due to Kobe being petty when he was on that podium, he's saying like one reporter saying like, what does having this 5th ring mean to you? One more to Shaq.
Right, one more to Shaq.
Yeah, so
all right, Kev at number 1. I know you're number 1 already.
My number 1 is the 81-point game.
Okay, that's not my number 1.
Yeah, just to highlight greatness. I mean, I know at some points during like everybody's career, like putting up 81 points is ridiculous regardless. But for Kobe, like to put it on display, it was just whether somebody was told not to D him or not. At the end of the day, bro,
Kobe.
you gotta have the skill, the greatness, and you
Right.
gotta be able to go out there and put up 81
Right. Exactly.
So I mean, we love you, bro. Not all of us here are fathers. Only one of us here is a father. But at the end of the day, with everything that happened with you, bro, we already know that your family came first. And at the end of the day, you did what you had to do to try and protect your own. And
Yeah.
we're sorry you're not here, man. We really are.
Word. All right. DQ. Number one.
Answer this question. What I live for? Basketball, beats, and broads. Nah, I'm joking, Joyce. I'm number two. My number one is Kobe's sneaker free agency because he wore every shoe under the sun for every company trying to sign him. And for him to go with Nike is probably the greatest shit ever because he wore Reeboks, he wore Adidas, he wore
Crazy Eights.
everything under the sun.
Crazy Eights, my favorite Kobe shoe.
He wore everything under the sun. Even Iverson gave him like a pair of P's. Then he signed with Nike for that
Yeah.
that long deal that he had. But yeah. It's that the sneaker free agency is definitely my number one.
All right, John. Number one.
My number one is Kobe's 5th championship.
Yeah.
You know, it was just the accumulation of, everything, and then all the media throughout his career saying he couldn't do it without Shaq as much
Right.
as Shaq, but, the media divided that situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Played a big role in their divide, and then Kobe finally, got, number 5, because obviously Shaq, he was tied at number 4 when
Right.
Orlando, that's his first championship without Shaq. So
Yeah.
then they were both tied at 4, and boom, he avenged the loss against Boston.
Right.
Boston got number 5, and then
You
5-4.
Again.
Also, probably would have been an extra 1 or 2. The Lakers,
Then CP3. Yeah.
That's another one where we could discuss another day.
Right. Nah, I feel you on that one, John.
Okay, at least if they would have had Chris Paul,
Yeah.
at least 2 more.
Right.
Probably looking at 6 or 7, but I want to stress out the arguments right now.
Yeah. My number one, I think it was John's number 3. Mamba Out.
Mm-hmm.
It's my number one. Capping a farewell season to end it the way he did against the Jazz. Like, it was, watching that game, especially like that last quarter.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It's like,
Yeah. It's like, don't leave, Kobe. You can still do shit. Like, don't go.
Yeah, bro.
Like, that shit was just incredible to watch. And again, Kobe, for our generation, like we said previous time, when we were doing the MJ doc, our parents grew up watching the amazement of Jordan. We were shorties when Jordan was on top of his game. We all grew up in the Kobe era from the beginning to where he became to retirement. Like, we watched Kobe from the jump to his retirement. Like, we grew up with Kobe being Bryant. So he's the MJ of our generation, and the closest thing we've seen to MJ fucking ever. MJ the GOAT, Kobe. People argue with Kobe, LeBron, and shit, but it's like it's close. It's very close. So
for me, for my honorable mention, is the Mamba Out, because it hits different. You know what I mean?
Right.
When I see the clip, or like when I watched it live, you know what I mean? For me, I was just like, "Oh, this shit is crazy!" Like, it hit different then, but it hits different now. So for me, I didn't want to put something that I'm not good with things that feel like eerie for me.
Yeah.
And that Mamba Out, to me, is like his last words to us. You know what I mean? So I didn't want to put that on my list. So that's one of my honorable mentions.
I got a couple of honorable mentions.
My second honorable mention that maybe everybody didn't fact check or know about. I wasn't sure about it, but I double checked it. It's just fucking crazy, bro. Kobe played MJ in a total of 8 games. Total. So the numbers 8 and 24 for him, just that shit just always comes full circle now when
Word.
digging. So if you're wondering, fans, how many out of those games did Kobe win? Kobe does have the winning record. Five out of three out of those 8 games. But yeah,
Guessing those five was
crazy,
in Washington. Those five was in Washington though.
yeah, it don't matter, bro. The fact that I searched it, because I'm wondering, and the first thing that came up is like Kobe
Right.
played 8 games against Michael. I'm like, bro,
Right.
what the yo? Who
Yeah,
wrote this story out?
Right. No, I never even thought of something like that. But I only got 2 honorable mentions. Well, actually 3, and they all dunks on people that known blockers. When he boomed on Dwight Howard.
That's one of my honorable mentions.
When he boomed on, although a rookie of first year, Ben Wallace, when Ben Wallace was in Washington, that's probably the nastiest dunk on he's ever did. Like the nastiest looking one. And then when he dunked on Yao, those my.
No, it's crazy.
My Kanye commercial is my third one, but yeah.
Yo, and Kanye, I forgot about the Kanye commercial. That shit is funny as hell.
I
want to say, I'll add that.
And the car, him jumping over the car.
When he baptized Dwight, is definitely my mention. He hit the 12 threes in the game before the whole, that was the record then before the whole years now.
Right, the 3 era.
Game. 13, 14 now, 2 threes at a crazy clip now. But he hit 12 in the era where that wasn't really happening. Hit 12 threes. The March Madness run when he did the 50, 60 is one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
Also, when he brought out that baseline reverse, when he started like really that baseline, the
dunk, yeah.
I don't know if it was against the Knicks he brought it out first, or it was against the Timberwolves when he went and KG tried to jump and he just did the reverse
and the behind the back. I think they were playing against New Jersey when he did the behind the back and
he did
nasty.
With, like his baseline dunk attack was ridiculous.
Yeah,
go baseline, do a little reverse, or you just go baseline and just straight turn and just dunk it. Well, also the when he started coining the Mamba mentality, that's also I don't mention because obviously that was already his mindset, but then when he made that like brand.
And again, right, and he's made it a coin thing that we use in sports now because everybody's saying like when you're a dog, it's like that Mamba mentality. Like that's what it used to be like. Niggas, he a dog, but now it's like that Mamba mentality. Like
it was a crossover. I'm not gonna lie. There was one time he did Sprewell dirty. It was I think in the 04 conference finals. Like Sprewell tried to check him. He hit him with a move, and it was just bad, and he just shot it. But Kobe had some moves also. Right. He had some crazy crossovers over the years.
DQ and Drew. Y'all got any honorables?
I have his rap albums, one of my honorable mentions. I have his Sprite commercials with Grant Hill was one of my honorable mentions.
Yeah.
It's him being on Moesha. The McDonald's commercial that he had with the little kids.
Him being on Moesha or him being in Moesha?
Him being on. I agree. No, we can't lose our title.
Man. Kobe's a G. He did it
all. Yo, stop it, though. Stop it.
No, but man, we miss you, Cole. Like this is the end of our episode, episode 19 OSA. And again, this was 5-5 greatest Kobe moments. We could sit here and reminisce all night, but Kobe, today's 8/24. Kobe's 2 numbers, 8/24. It's crazy that we actually, when I said let's do like once it was his birthday, when I said let's switch to 5-5, I honestly didn't think it was 8/24.
You didn't know that?
No, until you said something.
As soon as I seen it, I was like, yo. As soon as you wrote that, I was like, yeah.
Yo, I didn't even.
I was crazy. I was gonna actually the day that you wrote to change it, I was gonna write you like, yo, I think we should change the 5-5.
Yeah.
Remember, I sent you that previous.
Right.
Well, to me, I was foreshadowing like to myself, like it all clicked. So I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, like the name of the episode should be 8, the semicolon 24, 8/24.
Definitely. So y'all know it. So it's what it is.
Oh, y'all still here?
Yeah, if y'all still here, 8/24, episode 19, OSA. This is the Kobe episode. And again, just want to say thank you, Cole, for everything that you've done for the game of basketball. Thank you for everything you've done for the world. More than an athlete. Again, we rapping. Rest in peace to Cole. Rest in peace to Gigi, and rest in peace to all the families that was lost in that accident. We signing out. All of the whole crew here. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Our information will be in the bio. Make sure you catch us next week because we got another dope interview for you. Eddie will be back. The whole squad will be here.
Shout out to my man Ed.
Shout out to Ed.
Replacements.
Yeah, Eddie would have definitely had your back with the replacements. He would have been like, "Oh, you fuckers crazy? Are you fucking crazy?" Eddie would have went crazy and we took the replacements.
Drop the Kobe.
Hey yo, we out. So
we still getting that thumbnail.
Yeah, well, we got to get the thumbnail, but I'm closing us out. So this is episode 19, 8/24, and like if Eddie was here, we out.
We out.
We out.